Scientist Charles Darwin wrote a book on worms in 1880, one called The Formation of Vegetable Mold through the Action of Worms, with observations on their habits. In this book, he has greatly glorified the work of the earthworm. As we know that earthworms work by digging holes in the soil, loosening the soil, aerating the soil, so that air circulates around the roots of the plant, seeping the water in ground, etc. Earthworms need moisture in the soil to work, and we can see that not all regions are moist throughout the year. Our area is a dry area with low rainfall where there is not enough moisture for earthworms to work throughout the year, thus limitations on earthworm activity. On the other hand, there is a termite that can work longer than an earthworm. Unfortunately, the termite has been classified as an enemy by our agronomists, and various drugs and new methods have been prescribed to kill the termite. In our 32-acre area, 1 to 2 termitariums are present per acre, and we have never seen any loss of our crop due to termite. Here we can see that this tree has been attacked by the termite, but the termite has only eaten the dead part of the tree, and that too to a small extent. Every plant has two parts, xylem and phloem. In this, xylem is the water channel of the tree. The water channel supplies water to the plant. Every year these water channels are formed, and the old dead water channel is transformed into the outer bark of the tree. The job of phloem is to transport the nutrients produced by the plants downwards. When we cut the tree, we see round rings inside the trunk. Every year a new ring is formed, which is called phloem. Only the dead bark on top of the tree is eaten by termite. But what scientists say, or when we see it visually, we see that the termite is damaging the trees. On this tree, we can see that the part of the bark that has been eaten by termite looks a little fresher, and the part that has not been eaten by termite looks a little different. Of course, the part that has been eaten away is not completely eaten away, but we can still see the dead bark underneath. But at first sight, we see that this tree has been damaged by termites. We always take a negative view of termites. This makes us think that termite is the enemy. But according to me, the termite is a great friend of the farmer in the region of low rainfall. We can see here that the horse's dung has fallen, and it has begun to be eaten by the termite, and they turned it into soil. We can see the termite here. Termite prefers dark, so they put the soil layer above them and work underneath it. They forms a clay crust on top. We can see here that the termite has completely converted the dung into soil by consuming it all. A few years ago, there was an article in Agroven that termite will prevent desertification. As much as we see the termitarium above the ground, it is also under the ground. When it rains, these cavities allow water to easily seep down into the soil. And when a termite eats something and turns it into soil, thus helping to increase soil fertility, the termite is actually our best friend, and we should conserve it.